In the early 2000s, a group of friends embarked on a journey that would revolutionize online content creation forever. Since its inception in 2003, Rooster Teeth has been a trailblazer in the world of online content creation. Machinima, Let's Plays, anime, movies, Rooster Teeth did it all. From the creator's humble beginning in a spare bedroom to becoming the multimedia powerhouse before eventually announcing its closure, this is the story of Rooster Teeth Productions. This company once led the way in the world of online creation and has more recently faced allegations of overworked staff, unsavory working conditions, and the grooming of fans. How did one of the largest and most successful content creation giants get to this point? Let's explore how.
What is that? You knocked some phlegm out of my mouth.
While attending the University of Texas, two friends and roommates, Michael Justin Burns, known to his friends as Bernie, and Matt Hullum, teamed up with an actor named Joel Heyman to create The Schedule. This was an independent film, to put it lightly, which was later released in 1997. Later, while working at a local company called One Support, Burns met Jeff Ramsey, then named Jeff Fink, Gustavo Sorolla, Dan Godwin, and Jason Saldana. Together, they launched a website lovingly titled Drunk Gamers in 2000. On this website, they reviewed various video games while intoxicated, sometimes heavily. According to Jeff Fink, their main aim of obtaining free games for reviews led to friction with several game developers due to their brash attitude and heavy intoxication. In 2001, the Drunk Gamers team produced a live-action parody of the Apple Switch ad campaign titled Switch, featuring Sorolla as the main star. Because who else would you cast? Am I right?
On the Mac, I can play plenty of great games that you just can't find on the PC now. Like Zork, Breakout, Super Breakout, Photoshop.
This video, set to Peter Chbosky's Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, sarcastically highlighted the almost non-existent gaming capabilities for the Apple Macintosh computer. This video went viral before the term more or less even existed, as those who accessed it had heard about the video via word of mouth and then decided to download it. Keep in mind that this video preceded even YouTube, which was absolutely crazy. But they didn't stop there. On the 5th of September 2002, the original trailer for Red vs. Blue airs on drunkgamers.com, a website that would later be abolished after the founders decided to change their name to Rooster Teeth, which I will discuss in greater detail later. Red vs. Blue was a machinima series created utilizing the widely popular video game Halo. Halo allowed these creators content through a combination of the use of a capture card and exploiting a flaw in the game in which players could lower their gun. Bernie would also remove the heads-up display, or HUD, from the game by letterboxing the footage, or simply trimming the top and bottom quarters of the capture. This, in turn, made the content more cinematic and birthed, or at least popularized, a genre that was lovingly called machinima, a portmanteau for machine cinema. This too directly inspired a video hosting company to use the same name for that of their company. But let's not skip ahead too far. Burns, Hullum, Ramsey, Saldana, and Sorolla thereby created their first and most cherished love through this medium. This commenced on April 1st, 2003, with the release of the first episode of Red vs. Blue, titled Why Are We Here?, which was launched on the official Rooster Teeth website. The series chronicled the adventures of two opposing teams which were tasked with overseeing two concrete structures in Blood Gulch, while the Spartans were off fighting the good fight in greater space. The series was originally created with an Xbox, a few controllers, a cheap microphone and a capture card, in the bedroom in a small apartment. The founders would work all day at their day jobs, then stay up all night stinking the house down to create these videos for their fans. Despite initially being concerned that they might be shut down by Bungie for utilizing their intellectual property without first seeking permission, Bungie were thrilled with their creation. Red vs. Blue was originally uploaded to their own janky website, which could not keep up with the demands of the number of downloads, as the show quickly became a viral sensation. The company later branched out into live-action shorts, series, comedy, let's play videos, and full animated productions. Other projects include reality shows, video game development, entertainment news programs, and podcasts. These endeavors were financed, in part, by the implementation of the Rooster Teeth sponsorship program in 2003. This increase in revenue also allowed the Rooster Teeth production team to move out of Bernie's house in 2005 and into their Buda office, where they would remain for only 2 years. In 2007, they would relocate yet again, this time to the Congress Avenue office, where they would remain for another 3 years. This move was of course due to their rapidly expanding team. On July 6, 2008, a video game-centered sub-brand of Rooster Teeth called Achievement Hunter debuted. This sub-brand was spearheaded by Jeff Ramsey and Jack Patillo and was met with huge success.
Jack's fat, also fat. My soul soars in the heavens. His floats in gravy.
Really?
Yes. It took me 6 hours to write that.
Alright, hopefully yours won't suck like that.
On the 9th of December 2008, a podcast titled The Drunk Tank goes live on iTunes. After some reflection, Sroller and Burns decided to change the name from Drunk Tank Podcast to Rooster Teeth Podcast, for the same reason they rebranded Drunk Gamers to Rooster Teeth. The term drunk was deemed to be too unprofessional to attract game developers and sponsors. Burns later remarked on the name change, stating, "We named it something else to give people the idea that we were going to be doing more than that." The name Rooster Teeth is a euphemism for cockbite, an insult from the original Red vs. Blue trailer that Burns described as a touchstone for the audience.
Just type what it's in the damn... That's not funny. Alright, now that... Okay, take that off, because that is, for number one, that's offensive, and secondly, I am not a cockbite. Seriously, I am not a cockbite. That is rude. Just put up the logo, okay? Just put up the logo. Assholes.
Speaking of Red vs. Blue, on the 8th of January 2009, the Grifball game type was added to Halo 3 matchmaking. However, Jeff Lazer Ramsey would not be credited for its creation or relevancy. Regardless, this speaks to the notoriety Red vs. Blue held at the time. Of course, as the company gained its notoriety, they also earned more money. This meant a greater budget for future Red vs. Blue seasons, which led to a massive spike in the choreography and quality of the production. Unfortunately, however, this did not translate to the fan reception of the show, as many believed that, with the increase in visual spectacle, the quality of writing decreased in equal measure. However, undisputably, the subsequent procurement of writer and fight choreographer, Monty Oum, in August of 2009 was a massive win for the company. Monty breathed new life into the series, as his brilliance saw the show go from this in the first episode to this at season's end. After Rooster Teeth had successfully relocated to their Congress office in 2010, they would kick yet another goal with the season premiere of Immersion on April 10. This show was one of my favourites, as I'm sure many of you will attest, and was only made possible due to their increased revenue. In July, Jordan Cwierz, known fondly as Jay or Dan, released the first of the Drunk Tank animated adventures, which was later renamed to Rooster Teeth Animated Adventures. Many people found Rooster Teeth this way. They crudely animated snippets, usually funny stories, from the Rooster Teeth podcast and received monumental view counts. Rooster Teeth would also participate in Extra Life for the first time, in which they raised money for hospitals within the Children's Miracle Network. Although the team managed to raise $15,000, this amount would pale in comparison to future years. On November 7, 2012, the first trailer for RWBY was released. This show name was an acronym for the titular protagonists of Red, White, Black, and Yellow, with the trailer being released showing the skills and abilities of each. These videos created a huge amount of hype, as Monty Oum spearheading the project ensured captivating fight choreography and beautiful movements in general. I didn't mention this before, but it's actually funny that Monty almost missed his opportunity to work at Rooster Teeth, Here's a really funny clip where Bernie explains how Monty almost fumbled the opportunity.
But, so we got hold of you. So you met Gus at Anime Boston, and somehow he got your phone number. We agreed to talk. And I remember we got you on the phone, and I was like, Monty, we want to work with you. We love Haloid. It's great. You were like, hey, that's fantastic and everything. And the funny thing was, is like, you went to work for Midway right after that. I thought, oh man, we missed our opportunity with this guy. We wanted to work with him, but he wanted to go work for a big company and develop games. Your interpretation of that phone call was radically different than that.
I was pretty much, that was cool. I just kind of got to chill out and talk with the Rooster Teeth guys for a while. I had no idea you were trying to hire me. You were like,
What? How is that possible?
Anyway, RWBY would premiere with its first episode being shown at RTX on July 5th, 2013.
So, you guys want to see one more cool thing? Okay.
Drive. You guys like anime, right?
Thank you guys so much. Please watch the show when it comes out, July 18th. We love you all so much.
Thank you all for coming. It's been a pleasure. You the best.
On October 25 of the same year, Extra Life would be held yet again. This time, however, Rooster Teeth and their community managed to raise $185,000 during their 24-hour stream. Thereafter, this event would become an annual occurrence for the company, and they managed to raise $442,000 in 2014, $569,000 in 2015, $895,000 in 2016, $1.2 million in 2017, $1.4 million in 2018, which was also their peak, $1.2 million in 2019, $1.2 million in 2020, over $800,000 in 2021, over $450,000 in 2022, and over $310,000 in 2023. Although Jeff assisted Jack in 2010 with this product, Jack Patillo and Katie Ward were the frontrunners for this project thereafter. Jeff has emotionally and powerfully shared his feelings and admiration for Jack with regards to his success in this project and the amount of money he has raised for those in need.
But Jack, you are the best of us. I hope you know how much I love you, and I've loved you for a very long time. And I feel like, I know I haven't always been the easiest to work with, and and I feel, I don't know if you, but since I got sober, I've been trying to make it a mission, a personal mission to, over time, show you how much I appreciate you and how much you've changed my life and enriched this company through how pure and good and sweet you are, and by proxy have changed the lives of everybody watching and everybody who's going to benefit from this money.
Love you, man.
And I'll never be able to fully express how much I've appreciated having getting to be a part of your life. So thank you.
Thank you, Jeff.
Yeah.
Buoyed by the success of Red vs. Blue, Rooster Teeth continued to expand its content offerings, introducing new shows, podcasts, and merchandise. These included the creation of hugely popular and successful Funhouse in February of 2014.
Huh? What's up, Ash? No, this is nondescript Pokemon trainer. Anyway, gotta go.
Happy Hour in July, Social Disorder in September.
So, do you have a wife?
Nope.
Nah, me neither, not anymore.
Minimations in October, and 10 Little Roosters, Screenplay, On the Spot, and X-Ray and Vav in November. The company's innovation in online entertainment earned it a dedicated fan base known as the Rooster Teeth community. As a direct result of its financial and social success, Rooster Teeth caught the attention of Fullscreen, which acquired the company in November of 2014. Due to the creative freedom this allowed, Rooster Teeth released its feature film debut, Lazer Team, a science fiction action comedy which was made possible after a successful Indiegogo campaign from June through July of 2014. Despite being met with somewhat disappointing reception from both fans and critics alike, the release of Lazer Team on December 31st, 2015 scratched the movie creation itch for many of the founders. Unfortunately, in the same year, Rooster Teeth and its community would face its most crushing hurdle in perhaps its entire history. On February 1st, 2015, at 4:34 p.m, Monty Oum died as a result of an allergic reaction at the age of just 33.
I'm Meg Turney, and it's with the heaviest of hearts that I must report to you that our friend and beloved colleague Monty Oum has passed away. Monty suffered a severe allergic reaction 10 days ago during a simple medical procedure that left him in a coma, and although he fought bravely, he was unable to recover and passed away yesterday afternoon, surrounded by loved ones.
Understandably, the passing of Monty had an extremely damaging effect on the mental well-being of the Rooster Teeth family, the creative direction of RWBY, and the motivation of its staff. This also included Bernie Burns, who gave this heartfelt speech during the Rooster Teeth podcast.
You know, Monty was, everything we've talked about tonight, Monty was somebody who really valued, working and really liked doing it. He still did enjoy his life. Some of you are learning for the first time that he was married last year, married Sheena. Didn't talk about that very much publicly, although they were inseparable for the course of the last year and a half. Like I said at the top of the show, if we can miss one podcast for Monty's sake, when we were all at the hospital kind of taking care of him, or doing what we could to, but there was no way in hell we could get away with missing two on his behalf. There's no way he would have tolerated that. So we do want to thank you all for tuning in tonight. We said it up front, this would probably be a shorter version of the podcast, and I just want to say how much we miss Monty already.
This will be further explored later, but for now, Monty Oum is remembered for being an extremely hard worker, a perfectionist, and a loving friend. On July 1st, 2016, Rooster Teeth launched First, a subscription service that offered early access to content and exclusive shows. This move not only provided a new revenue stream, but also strengthened the bond between Rooster Teeth and its community, as only the dedicated signed up for its service, at least for now. I will note that I did not and do not fit into this category. I went close when Last Laugh launched, but never really signed up. But let's talk about production costs. As of 2017, production costs for an episode of Red vs. Blue, Rooster Teeth's now flagship show, varied from $15,000 to $100,000 for an episode. Key staff would also begin to depart from Rooster Teeth in droves during 2018, beginning with Aaron Marquis in September, and then later Tyler Coe and Stan Lewis in December. Also in December of 2018, AT&T's Otter Media restructured Fullscreen, consolidating Rooster Teeth under Elation. This provided the company with resources to expand its reach and produce high-quality content. Furthermore, these acquisitions debatably negatively affected the creative direction of the company, as their overlords were now sanctioning them. Many fans saw this as Rooster Teeth selling out to a parent company, which led to only negative outcomes. Staff departures would continue in 2019, with Bethany Feinstein leaving in February, and Bruce Green and Max Krumke in September. 9 days after Max's departure, Rooster Teeth would lay off another 13% of their staff in cutbacks. Perhaps angered by this, Ellie Main announced her departure just 3 days later. Many Rooster Teeth fans consider this a dark time in their history, which is further justified by Bernie Burns stepping down as Chief Creative Officer, and with Jeff Ramsey stepping away from Achievement Hunter to become the Executive Creative Director. Additionally, Bernie's last RT podcast would be aired on the last day of this month, which brought a tear to the eye of many fans.
The situation that I ran into that I was really concerned about, and me making a change of not doing the podcast and being less on camera, is something that's been... Gus, how long have I been talking to you about this?
What is it, like 2 or 3 years?
Yeah, it's been a long time.
It's been a while.
But I've been talking for a long time. What really kind of led me to this path was, and this more so came about during the vlog, was I used to read all the comments voraciously and try to cherry pick, like, what was the valuable information? What was my takeaway?
And I still do.
Yeah, I still do that stuff. And then I had to tell myself, well, just ignore the negative stuff, which is what people will say. Oh, it's only like 10% of the people or whatever. It's a very small minority. So just ignore them, just ignore those people. And so then you start to do that.
And then I got into a position where it's like, if the bad comments don't matter, why do the good comments matter?
Right.
And then,
yeah.
and then if those two things, if it just doesn't matter, then why am I sitting in this chair?
Yeah, like, what are you getting out of it?
Yeah, what am I? It's like an audience deserves to have somebody in this chair who cares about the comments one way or the other. They really do.
On the same day, Ashley Jenkins announced that she would be leaving the company entirely. Despite its overall successes, Rooster Teeth certainly faced its share of challenges. The company came under fire for allegations of misconduct, leading to public scrutiny and internal changes. One thing which objectively crushed the company were the allegations made concerning Ryan Haywood. Ryan, of course, being one of the regulars on Rooster Teeth's Let's Play, headed by Jeff Ramsey. Ryan's shtick was always the scary guy character, and various achievement hunters refer to him as creepy.
This is gonna be scary. I have a redstone.
No.
Creepy.
All right, right, here you go.
That could be a good thing or a bad thing. I think every politician knows that when that can turn on you is, you start looking outside your marriage, right? People tend to get a little frisky, get a little power, get a little taste of the power. They get out there. That gets you in trouble, is what that does.
Additionally, Barbara Dunkelman, a regular on the podcast, prophesized generally that someone might do something heinous within their own company.
Like, that's insanity.
Then you realize who of you know, like, of all the people you know in the world, like people we work with and people in the industry, there's probably some weirdos like that, right?
That we work with?
Maybe.
Sure.
By chance?
I'm sure.
Rooster Teeth staff were surprised to hear rumours that something did in fact happen with regards to Ryan. These rumours spread as a direct result of allegations that were made against him. Despite the jokes that were made, the Achievement Hunter team was skeptical at first. In early 2020, it was alleged that Ryan had made plans to engage in inappropriate acts with a fan. Tessa, who was 17 at the time, claimed Haywood initiated a sexual relationship online. Other fans have emerged with similar allegations against Haywood, each story weaving an identifiable pattern.
Relationship was on and off for about 2 years. There were plans to meet up, to have sex. I don't know why I'm acting like a prude all of a sudden. We were going to meet up to
Since Tessa's original confession, over 17 more accounts of inappropriate communication have surfaced, and a Victims of Ryan Haywood thread was created. Of course, these occurrences would be deplorable in any context, but add this to the fact that the person he was communicating with was a minor, and he was married, these actions become even more severe. Ryan left Rooster Teeth on October 6 of 2020, following this misconduct and grooming allegation. On October 7, Rooster Teeth issued a statement stating that they had, quote, parted ways with Ryan, as well as Adam Kovic from Funhouse, as he had also breached the company's code of conduct. It was later announced that Red vs. Blue Zero would delay its release date due to completely re-recording Haywood's dialogue in the series. As more details came forward, Michael and Jack released a video which understandably denounced his actions, but also showed how shattered they were by this.
Everything that's happened this past week has been crushing. It's been overwhelming, and watching something we built up be hit so hard, having no idea what happened, just being completely blindsided by it. You guys, I'm sorry we let you down. I'm sorry this happened. Please understand how crushed we are too. This, just every single story, everything I've read, every report that's come out is just one more, just punch to the gut. And
when the first information came out, we all wanted to just assume that it was fake or exaggerated or somehow taken out of context. And day after day, it just became more and more apparent that it wasn't.
Everything you're seeing is true, and I believe everything I've read. and just more and more stuff keeps coming out, and it's just heartbreaking. And seeing the amount of pain he's caused.
If you haven't come to terms with that, I understand. I see people in the audience. I can't, I know a lot of people for years, a lot of people since they were teenagers, looked up to him, looked up to us, and they just refused to believe it. You need to accept it.
The pair also stated that Rooster Teeth would, quote, wipe the slate clean, being visually disgusted by these allegations.
Let this be the last we speak of.
This is it. There's not going to be a remembrance or an open forum discussion.
No.
We're
doing our best to remove him from the site as much as possible. So videos are going to be going down because we don't want him associated with us at all. So yeah, and don't be shocked when that happens. But we're wiping the slate clean and hopefully rebuilding some form of trust with you, and we're gonna do our best to start clean and build back up to where we were. And it's gonna take some time. It's gonna be rough, but again, thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you.
We hear all the support and all the love, and it means the world to us. So every single message, every tweet, every Reddit post, everything you guys have sent us, thank you for that. It does help, and we'll be back. So we'll be back.
Many consider this to be the true beginning of the decline of the company. In 2020, Rooster Teeth announced layoffs as part of a restructuring effort, the most significant of which are as follows. In June, Joel Heyman said that he was, quote, laid off from Rooster Teeth. Despite stating that he was laid off, it was more likely that he was released after a string of inappropriate tweets at a time the company was attempting to maintain a squeaky clean image. Burns also resigned in June, maintaining a first look deal with Rooster Teeth. In addition, Miles Luna would also depart from the company in September, the effect of which would be palpable in the creative space at the company. The departure of key talent and changes in leadership thereby further fueled speculation about Rooster Teeth's future. Firstly, as noted earlier, Monty Oum's passing crippled the creative direction of the anime show RWBY, which was his magnum opus and greatest love. Although the show would still do well under the guidance of Kerry Shawcross and Miles Luna, the show clearly lost its oomph with regards to the battle choreography and writing. For the fans of Achievement Hunter, Ray Neves Jr. left the company after becoming frustrated with playing the same game day in, day out. Minecraft.
You guys live in the same apartment
We
complex,
do.
right?
All right, I'm going in.
I'll drink
I'm
the water
not coming
for you.
back.
Bye, Ray. Let me know what the outside world is like.
I will.
Goodbye, Ray.
Bye, Ray.
Bye, Ray.
Here.
Good luck.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care, buddy.
And decided to pursue his career as a solo streamer. This proved to be a sound decision for Ray himself, as he has since prospered in this endeavour. In retrospect, Ray left Achievement Hunter at what many people considered to be its peak, and it's always best to go out on top. The company's once unstoppable momentum seemed to have waned, raising questions about its ability to maintain its position in the rapidly evolving digital entertainment landscape. Due to its extensive cast list and drop in profits, Rooster Teeth's willingness and ability to create content stifled and came to a crashing halt. This came to a head on March 6 of 2024, when CEO Jordan Levin announced Rooster Teeth's shutdown via a memo to all staff. Levin wrote, quote, "It's with a heavy heart I announce that Rooster Teeth is shutting down due to challenges facing digital media resulting from fundamental shifts in consumer behavior and monetization across platforms, advertising, and patronage. In other words, they ran out of money because people were no longer consuming their content."
This is a company that, is almost 21 years old, and that's just remarkable. Jeff Ramsey said, this is not a failure. There's no failure here. This is a celebration, 21 years. That's a lifetime in digital years. The immediate reaction was one of love, the expressions of love that everyone here and everyone across the company had towards one another was beautiful. Patrick said it. He goes, "This is a hard day, but it's beautiful."
The key players over at Rooster Teeth would share their feelings regarding the collapse of the company. This was released on YouTube just 3 days after the announcement, so feelings were still raw. And to be honest, it's quite hard to watch, but equally touching.
This place is my home. It's been my identity for 20 years. I started watching Rooster Teeth when I was 14. Don't do the math. But it's really weird. It's really weird that it's not gonna be here anymore.
My name's Jeff, and I'm a co-founder, and I've been here for a little over 21 years. And I used to talk directly to you a lot. And in times of crisis in this company, and I'm sorry, but I'm not that guy anymore, and I don't have that in me.
I just don't see a world where this isn't just this time here hasn't been just the best part of my life.
And more good things are going to come, but it's really important that you cherish what you have in that moment, every moment. So every day, think about what you have and be appreciative. That's all I got. I'm done. I love you guys. I really do.
I'm not going to clip farm this. If you'd like to hear more, the video is titled Not Our Goodbye Stream. Like many others, I grew up watching Rooster Teeth, and to watch them break down into tears sharing their thoughts, it was pretty moving. Watching the clips I showed earlier allowed me to look back on the fond memories I shared with Rooster Teeth. Monty's insanely choreographed fight scenes in Red vs. Blue and RWBY, Gavin driving the dump truck off the incomplete overpass in Cops vs. Crooks.
I was like, the highways are incomplete.
All right.
The birth of Mark Nutt and the Tower of Pimps, Michael ripping and tearing his go-kart in Immersion, Jack slapping the taste out of Gavin's mouth on stage,
I'm gonna make it easier.
or when he started crying because Gavin failed to run away from his own grenade in Vegas.
I think Gavin's gonna go.
What just happened?
Ray being attacked by dogs in Far Cry 3, or Jeff celebrating a hole-in-one and subsequently falling off his chair.
Oh my yes! Oh! Get it! Oh! Yes! Oh my yes! Get it!
And these are just a few of the good times. I'm sure your fondest memories are different, and that's okay. It shows the power of the company at its peak. I want everyone to remember the good times with Rooster Teeth, because they gave us so many. I'm not excusing the behaviour of some of their staff. They should be held accountable, but they shouldn't all be painted with the same brush. Not to mention our good friend Bernie Burns has since purchased the company, so it's in great hands.
Why are the lights off? I'm back from getting milk. What the hell happened?
Overall, despite its issues, the company still deserves respect. Just like Bam Margera still deserves respect after conquering both professional skateboarding and film. Click this video to watch this documentary, which explores his entire life story thus far. But first, why don't you click subscribe? Just on your way out. Go on, go ahead.